Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. I'm your host Shafkat Aziz, a children's poet from Handwara, in the studio of ITAJK, Idari Tahqiq Adab J&K Head Office Handwara. It is one of the most famous, or rather most known literary organizations in Jammu and Kashmir. It provides platform to the budding writers like novelists, poets, short story writers, and even painters in order to expose or unveil their talent and to enlist their name in the list of those personages who have already achieved fame in the literary field and have brought revolution in our societies, in our country through their writing. Today, we have a budding writer with us in our studio, Heena Jaan from Shatigam, Handwara, who has recently authored a book titled as To Infinity and More by working hard on it by leaps and bounds. Hina Jan, you are welcome to our studio. It's our honor and pleasure to be with you here. Thank you, sir. Hinajan, introduce yourself to our viewers. Sir, well, I am Heena Jaan, a student of class 8 from Shatigam, Rajwar, which is among the suburbs of Handwara Town, J&K. हिना जान, आप मुझे बताइए कि आपने इब्तिदाई तालीम कहाँ से हासिल की और आप आज किस स्कूल में जेर तालीम हैं? सर, अगर हम मेरी इब्तिदाई तालीम की बात करें सो इब्तिदा से जो है मैं अपने जो मेरे वालिद साहब हैं जिस स्कूल में वो आज अपॉइंट किए गए हैं एज टीचर, उसी स्कूल में जो है मैंने अपनी इब्तिदाई तालीम हासिल की। उसके बाद जो है फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में मैंने एम सेकेंडरी स्कूल में दाखिला लिया और उस स्कूल में मैंने 7th स्टैंडर्ड तक पढ़ा और आज मैं 8th स्टैंडर्ड में हूँ और आज मैं हिलग्रीन सेकेंडरी स्कूल में ज़ेर तालीम। What inspired you to write? Is it the environment you live in, or is it any writer whose writing you have gone through and has created a yearn in you to write? So, if I will talk about my inspiration, so the current existing environment, be it the natural environment or the human environment, it inspired me to start writing. Like when I started observing nature, some thoughts came in my mind which I wanted to reach the young readers. And also when I, observed the human environment, what humans are doing and what are they doing something wrong, and to some extent, how can I change what they are doing. So, and also, I want to mention two authors here. First is the APJ Abdul Kalam, his book Ignited Minds, and also Robin Sharma's The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. These two books, they just gave birth to a desire in my heart to write. It means the environment is a sort of book in front of you that yes, sir, inspired you to write. Okay, good. अच्छा ये शु तुहंज किताब छु as broken यात नाव छु to infinity and more. आत कर तो तु थोड़ा वजाहत की आत क्या छु माना? अगर इस कत करो ये सारी बुक युस छे इस चोरन लफ्जन मज में कंपाइल करो to infinity and yes, more. अगर इस गनिच लेटरिच कत करो वर्डिच युस टुक छ यल्ते इस टुच कच करा इस हवा इस अक journey, like she is going to this place, I'm coming to that place. So अस सारी जानन कि उस लाइफ च इच अक सफर इच अक जर्नी पत करो अस सेकंड वर्ड इच कत इंफिनिटी इंफिनिटी छ तथ चीजस वना युस न ज खत्म गसा छ की तो युस अगर बवन बिस चाह कि युस सक्सेस छ स गस आसन इंफिनिटी कैस एमो मतलब गोने कि सक्सेस गस आसन स अक चीज योतन कहां हेक वत मगर सक्सेस छ अस बितकिन इंफिनिटी इंसान गस पन पान तिथ पर डेवलप करन कि युस इंफिनिटी छ तथ एक स फाइनाइट बने यम चीज इम्पॉसिबल छ तम ते एक स पॉसिबल बने लाइक अगर इस वुचो ये नक इंसान दुनिया से जिन छ आसा अगर स पनन जहानतुक इस्तेमाल करित का असल कूम कर पतिल स या दुनिया ये नेरान छ
मगर अगर तम असल कम आस कर्म सह तोत रोजान बाकिन इंसान हंद दिलन में जिंद तमिस हथ टुकड़ गसान सह मतलब तमिस हथ नई जन्म गसान तो तत इंसान इन्फिनिटी बनान क्या तत तमिस हेका मौत ते तमिस यम दुनिया निश अलग कर मौत ते तमिस हेका फाइनाइट बनत की सह बड़ बार सक्सेस बे अगर कत करो सन सारे खुद बड़ सक्सेस यानी उस हेवन दैट इज आल्सो इन्फिनिटी सो तवे मे अत इन्फिनिटी एंड मोर कैश में अत लगोमुत क्या मे पे यकीन कि इंसानस ईचा ताकत कि इन्फिनिटी तम अलाव ते हेक सह कहीं ना कहीं डिस्कवर कर सो दिस बुक इज ऑल अबाउट दैट.
Good, Heena Jaan. You tell me, among your parents and teachers who assisted you to compile this book?
Sir, I can never ever compare between my parents and teachers. They both are equal to me. So, by the education and by the techniques and by all that things that the teachers taught me, and by the motivation, inspiration, and the and all that support of my parents, because of all that, I'm able to write this book.
Good. You're a good speaker, and I can see you're a good writer. How did you develop these speaking and writing skills in you?
Sir, by the grace of Almighty Allah, the great teachers of my life taught me that. They taught me that we must go through the techniques of different authors, different writers, which they use in their daily, which they use in their books and all that poems, so that when we go through those techniques and when we understand them, and then when we practice them, we use them in our daily life. Practice makes a man perfect, so that we are able to, have a grip, have a drill on all this speaking and writing skills.
हाँ ये बात ठीक है अच्छा आपने कहा कि you have observed environment more than you have read the writers but some people say कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि if you want to write more you have to read more आपकी क्या राय है इसके बारे में
Yes, it is important कि अगर हम if we want to write more, we need to read more. But when we want to write, we must have a sort of idea in our mind. Only then we can write. So to gain ideas and thoughts, we need to observe the nature. And yeah, if we want to write comfortably, if we want to write, we must go through the techniques of different authors. So reading as well as observing the nature, in my opinion, I think both of these things are important for a human.
Good. Are you interested in music? If yes, then we're going to play a song for you. That your that's your favorite one.
Yeah, I'm interested in music. One of my favorite songs is Shabashia.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू देंगे वही सलाम.
It was so beautiful and heart-throbbing song. Let's move ahead with our interaction. आजकल के जो राइटर्स है ज्यादातर they are fictitious. They live in the imagined world, keeping the present environment in view. राइटर्स को किस पर कलम उठाना चाहिए आपकी राय के मुताबिक
मेरे राय के मुताबिक अगर मैं कहूँ कि जो हमारे असल में जो चीज़ें हमारे सामने हैं हमारे सामने बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो अभी अननोन है यानी जिनको एक ह्यूमन आई देख नहीं पाता हमें अपने हार्ट्स को डेवलप करना है ताकि हम वो चीज़ें फील कर पाए अपने माइंड्स को ताकि हम वो अंडरस्टैंड कर पाए अपनी आंखों को ऐसे डेवलप करें ताकि हम वो चीज़ें देख पाए और हम ह्यूमैनिटी के सामने कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें ला पाए जो आज तक उनने देखी नहीं है लेकिन उसको देखने के बाद जो है ह्यूमैनिटी अप टू नेक्स्ट लेवल पहुंच सकती है सो आई थिंक इन नॉन फिक्शन आई थिंक इट्स मोर इम्पोर्टेंट
yes. So every writer is criticized isn't it
यस
so some say it is very important. That means criticism is very important. If we are criticized, we come to know the weaknesses that we have got in our writing and we can improve our writing. But some don't feel it good to be criticized. If you are criticized by any scholar, great writer, how would you feel at this stage?
Sir, at that time, it would be a moment of great pleasure for me because at that time they are telling actually me the reality, the places at which I have made the mistakes. So they are finding actually the imperfections in me, and imperfections always lead to practice. And the more I will practice, the more I will become perfect. So criticism is very important.
Writing has become your passion. You want to write more and more. आपका क्या थीम होगा in future?
सर अगर मेरी राइटिंग के हिसाब से बात करें तो मेरी दो थीम्स होंगी जिन पे मैं अक्सर लिखा करूँगी। पहला है नेचर और दूसरा है ह्यूमन्स। इन 2 चीज़ों पे मैं मतलब हर एक एस्पेक्ट के हिसाब से इन 2 चीज़ों पे जो मैं है आगे लिखा करूँगी।
Good. As you know, the youth of the present era, they're squandering the time, wasting the time on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, etc., etc. And they remain away from the books most of the time. What's your piece of advice for them?
So my piece of advice to the youth is that firstly, time is the most important thing in this world. So we must not waste it in all those useless activities. We must not be confined to the rectangular screen of the mobile phones. In our surroundings, we have many things that can teach us the great lessons of life.
Good.
And also, we must not give up in our life because giving up is not an option. Failure can be an option, but giving up is definitely not an option. And also they must always value their time because time is the most important thing. Time is just like a balloon. The more people will catch it, run after it, chase it, the more they will fly in the sky.
Right.
And the more they will let it go free, the more they will go deep into the ground and no one never ever will be able to see them.
Okay. What are your words for the budding writers? What do you want they should write about keeping the present circumstances in view, and how through the writing they will bring reformation in this very world or in our society?
In my opinion, I think that writing is one among the best alternates to make your thoughts, to make your ideas reach the readers, and so you can change their mind, you can change their way of thinking. To the budding writers, I want to say that those who want to write but haven't started yet, just start it now. Don't wait for the right time. Just take this time and make it right and start writing. Start writing whatever you think. You are genius. Just think that you want to change this world. And by that passion, you will be able to think more and more, imagine more and more, and write more and more.
Heena Jaan, you're right. There are most of the youth, as you know, they're addicted to drugs. So what's the message for them? How they can get rid of this?
So my message for them is that why we become addicted to drugs? Because when we are not able to use our skills, when we are not able to use what lies in us, then we get involved and indulged in such of these devilish actions. But we need to always try to use our skills in different manners. Not only by writing, we can do different things by which we can serve our nation, as well as we can do something different and something new in this world. So we must keep on trying and trying, trying and trying. And sometimes when some hurdles come in our life, we try to give up. And this pain also takes you to take the drugs. So you must also just make yourself so strong that you can bear all that pain and all those hurdles of your life so that you can succeed in it.
Good. Hina Jan, you tell me one more thing. How those writers who belong to poor societies, they have got no souls, they are not able to buy the books, they are not able to then read because when they haven't got the money, so how come it's possible that they will get the books from the market and they will go through? But they were patient to write. So what they should do according to you?
Sir, in my opinion, I think that firstly they must have a financial help for from the government and all that, and then we all have some sort of geniuses in us, but we are not able to discover them. They must try once to write, and then they must see what happens. And there are many organizations that are here to help all those writers, so they must start it now.
Okay, there are so many writers here in our Kashmir Valley. Some are known to me, and I know them. I have interacted with them. They have written so many books, but they are not able to get them published. When they're asked, what is the reason behind this? They say, we have got financial problem. So, how they can get rid of this financial problem in order to get their books published? Is that you told me that there are so many organizations that provide such kind of aid to those writers? Can you tell the name of those very organizations that can help them?
So one such organization we can see here, ITAJK. It's one such an organization which provides a great platform for the budding authors.
Yeah.
Those authors which are yearning like a candle to become alive. this ITAJK, acts like a spark to those candles and makes them alive.
Heena Jaan, we are thankful to you for coming to our studio. I would like to know more about you, but the time doesn't allow us to be here, isn't? We have got a dearth of time. Inshallah, next time again, you will be invited to our studio. Till then, Allah Hafiz.